The Children's Rights Alliance is a non-governmental organisation. We're an umbrella organisation with over 140 members. And what we do is we work together to make Ireland one of the best places in the world to be a child. We change laws, we change policies and we change services.
My name is Fergal McFerrin. I'm the Policy and Public Affairs Manager at the Children's Law Centre, which is a specialist children's human rights centre in Belfast.
So working with the Children's Law Centre in Northern Ireland as part of this All-Ireland Fund, we did three particular pieces of work. The first piece looked at a piece of legal research on the implications of Brexit and subsequent agreements on children's rights in the island of Ireland. The second piece of work that we engaged in was an all-Ireland consultation on children's views on what should happen. And the real emerging thing that came out of that is that children want to be heard and how important it is for them to have a voice on anything that happens into the future on this island. And then the final piece of work we did, we engaged with members and stakeholders and groups representing children and young people to get a sense from them about what the issues are, how we can work together north and south of the border moving forward, and how important this is for children and young people in Ireland.
So from this joint work with the Children's Rights Alliance, time and time again we heard directly from children and young people that they felt sidelined in some of the biggest conversations that have been happening across this island and across these islands. And it's really important coming out of this project that we really understand the strength of feeling that children and young people have about that and ensure that we're holding governments and others to account to ensure that children and young people have their engagement and direct consultation facilitated.
Some of the findings from the consultations with children and young people were that they really are interested in the areas of mental health, of education, and particularly they are concerned about some of the implications around Brexit and what might happen into the future. Children and young people in the south of Ireland in the consultations were really concerned that there may be a return to violence, whereas children and young people in the north were also finding the same concerns. And for us in the Children's Rights Alliance, it's been great hearing more about these issues. That will help us in our work to be able to work better for children and young people.
The Children's Law Centre has always had a strong ethos of working with others across these islands to promote, extend and defend the rights of children. But what this partnership's really done for us is to sharpen our focus on some of the key issues and the outworkings of Brexit as they relate to children and young people on the island of Ireland, and really reaffirm to us the importance of all-island working. Working
together on an all-island basis as we move forward is incredibly important. Children and young people are going to be affected by whatever changes happen on the island, and what is really important is that their voices are put front and centre in all of these discussions. And it is really important that as children and young people, both north and south, coming together to make sure that their voices are heard in whatever changes are to come. But also for the organisations, there's a real need for us to learn from each other and to share expertise and knowledge. People and children and young people are facing the same issues on both sides of the border, and it's important that we work together to make sure that we can address them in a way that makes sure their human rights and their children's rights are respected and protected.
There's been a real strong sense of sharing of expertise and knowledge between us and the Child Rights Alliance, as well as others as part of this project. It's really allowed us to share our understandings of the impact of Brexit for children and young people across the island and to develop our work going forward. This partnership work came at a really critical time for us. We know it's important to listen directly to children and young people about the issues that affect them, about the decisions that have been and will be made that affect their lives. And so for us, this is something that we're committed to working in partnership with others into the future as well.
So without the support of the All-Ireland Fund, this work would not have happened. For us, we would not have had an opportunity to engage in the in-depth legal research on what the implications of the changes north and south of the border are having on children and young people. But also, really importantly, we would not have had the opportunity to conduct all-island consultations with our children and young people. It is so important that we have the support of this All-Ireland Fund to do this work because it's invaluable for us as we move forward.
If it wasn't for the funding that was made available to allow this partnership to develop and for this project to endure, we wouldn't have been able to so meaningfully interact with children and young people, to hear directly about their experiences, their frustrations and their hopes. That's something that they've told us hasn't been happening in recent years in some of the biggest decisions that have been made that will impact their lives. So this has really allowed us to do that direct engagement, to hear directly from young people about the things that they care about, and that's something we're absolutely committed to for the future.